There's finally some big solid news for Alexa Bliss and her return, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out what's going on with Jade Cargill, Naomi, and more. Starting things off with another big update for Alexa Bliss and her status with the company. Fans have started to become very impatient for when it comes to the return of Alexa Bliss. January will make 2 years since she was last seen on television for the company. It's not that just the fans have been asking, where's Alexa Bliss? Even Alexa herself has posted several cryptic messages in recent months, sounding like she was curious to know why she hasn't been brought back yet. Alexa most recently cleared up all the rumors, saying that she's fully healthy and ready for the call, so the ball is fully in WWE's court to bring her back. Well, a new report from PW Insiders finally giving us a time frame for when to expect a return from Alexa Bliss to take place. They claim that the company is allegedly finalizing plans and storylines right now in regards to Alexa's return. They say that Alexa is expected to return shortly after the holiday season and into the new year. The report also said that Alexa Bliss should absolutely be back on television in time for Road to WrestleMania, and will have a significant role to play in those opening months of 2025. So her return may still be a little far out, but it's a nice feeling to hear the plans are being finalized and how it's all set to take place in just a few months. The report didn't go into detail about what the return storyline could be for Alexa Bliss, but obviously there's a lot to work with there and a lot of potential. Everyone knows that during Alexa's most recent appearance several years ago, she was trying to fight off Uncle Howdy and the influence he was having over her. So considering that Uncle Howdy is still playing a significant role in current day for the Raw brand, it's a possibility that Alexa's story could pick up exactly where it last left off at. Maybe Uncle Howdy wastes no time at all and starts coming after Alexa Bliss the second she returns. Howdy's aware of everything that Alexa's capable of, and obviously aware of everything she once did for Bray Wyatt all those years ago. So maybe he views Alexa as a soldier that he must have. We'll have to see if Alexa will easily agree to join forces with Uncle Howdy, or if she'll continue to be a bit hesitant about the entire situation, like she was just a few years ago. The overall teasers for Alexa's return have been extremely bare, so it's hard to predict what exactly she'll be like and what she'll be doing for the company this run. The only solid hint we have to call back to was the one backstage appearance that the Lily doll made several weeks ago. So maybe that's confirmation that Lily will still play a role alongside Alexa Bliss when she returns. But it looks like that could all change, and maybe we'll see some solid teasers as we get closer to the return. The company had a couple mysterious teasers and vignettes for the War Raiders and Motor City Machine Guns not that long ago. So if they're doing those types of teasers for them, surely Alexa Bliss can get a couple of cryptic teasers several weeks before her return actually takes place. And everyone knows that teasers like that build up the hype even more for a return. So there's a lot to look forward to there. It looks like we're about to enter the window for Alexa's return the second the calendar turns to 2025. Some big updates recently came out for Jade Cargill, and it's some pretty great news for her. Jade Cargill was brutally attacked and taken out of action within the storyline world on SmackDown. But the major concerning thing was that reports came out shortly after the backstage attack happened, and they were claiming that the storyline was actually a way of writing Jade Cargill off of television because she was dealing with a legitimate injury. And that's the narrative that everyone ran with because that's what all the reports were claiming. Even one report claimed that this was an apparent real injury that was going to keep Jade Cargill out of action for up to 3 months. And now, just a few days after all those reports were popping up, a new report came out from PW Insider claiming that there was no truth behind those reports of Jade Cargill being legitimately injured. Their side of the story is that Jade Cargill is fully healthy and that the backstage attack is just a setup for a big upcoming new story for Jade on SmackDown. Definitely some big conflicting reports right there. You got some reports claiming that Jade is hurt and dealing with something serious, while other reports claim that she's perfectly fine. So once conflicting reports come into play, it could be even more difficult to determine what's true and what's false. So that's the big situation right now, but hopefully the reports of Jade Cargill being fully healthy are the ones that are true after all. Assuming that Jade is fully healthy, this probably explains why they haven't decided to strip Bianca and Jade of the tag team titles yet. That was another big issue because when reports were claiming that Jade will miss several months of action, everyone figured that those tag team titles would be relinquished. There's no way they would let Bianca hold on to them all by herself for a couple of months until Jade is back. But it looks like they haven't made that move yet because Jade is okay and will be back on screen much sooner than everyone initially thought. So maybe Jade misses a few weeks to sell that backstage attack, but she should be back pretty soon. As far as what's going on with the entire story of the backstage attacker, nothing new has happened yet at the time of this recording, but there is a new fan theory that's been popping out. And that's the theory that the idea of Naomi stepping up and filling in to defend the women's tag team titles with Bianca Belair on behalf of Jade Cargill. This is something that's not out of the realm of possibility, because we've seen them do this same exact situation a few times within the last few years. The first instance was with Sami Zayn, where he filled in for an injured Jimmy Uso and helped Jey Uso retain the tag team titles in a match. The second instance happened a few months after that, and funny enough, the situation was very similar to Jade's situation. Lita was attacked backstage and couldn't defend her half of the women's tag team titles, so it was Trish Stratus who stepped up to defend the women's tag team titles with Becky Lynch on Lita's behalf. And we all remember how that ended. Trish ended up being Lita's backstage attacker and costed Becky and Lita the tag team titles. So it's unlikely that they'll copy an exact storyline like that happening so recently, but maybe we can end up seeing a version of that scenario take place here between Naomi, Jade, and Bianca. Maybe Naomi does fill in as an interim women's tag team champion for a bit, and she becomes uncomfortable with the idea of handing the title back over to Jade Cargill. She feels like she defended it several times, so she should be the champion with Bianca over Jade. And maybe this could be paired up with the reveal that Naomi did plan the attack on Jade Cargill for this exact reason, to move her aside and take her spot. We have to remember that Naomi won the women's tag team titles back in 2022 and vowed to elevate the titles, but her mission was cut short due to the walkout. So Naomi technically never lost the tag team titles and had unfinished business with them dating back to 2022. So was this all part of her plan to get back to being a tag team champion and holding the title? And for Bianca, maybe she's in on it. Maybe she did help orchestrate the attack on Jade Cargill with Naomi. Maybe for whatever reason she didn't just enjoy teaming up with Jade Cargill, so she agreed to this plan with Naomi, so that Naomi could take Jade's spot and they both get what they want. Or maybe Bianca is truly innocent and was not involved in the plan at all. It was just Naomi who stringed this all together herself, and everyone will be surprised when the reveal is made. So it's great news that Jade Cargill is not actually injured, and hopefully that means we don't have to wait that long until we get the next big clue in this entire backstage attacker storyline. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.